Hello, this is Christian John Brunner, and this is Rome is Burning, a painting of mine. I rarely really record the process in full, so this is like a fun new thing that I'm excited to kind of get into. Because I do know a lot about painting and the painting process, but I really haven't shown it before, so it's exciting to get into it. So I started and I sketched on a piece of board, it's a hard board, and then I got this red, and with it I just did a base coat across the whole piece. This just gave me a nice color to get started with. You'll see a lot of artists do this. You just establish the sketch and then you establish a color. That way it fills in kind of the background and everything, and it gives the paint something to work off of. And it's also like light shining through paint. I wanted this painting to be hot, so having that red, and kind of violent in a way, so having that red, it really portrays that. There's the red all finished. So then I mixed a little black in, and I started doing some line work around the piece, just establishing lines that I did in pencil. A lot of artists that are like more shade based and value based than I am, they'll do more tones here and less hard lines, and I honestly might get into some of that too, because it just makes more of a realistic effect. I just love line work. That's really like where I started with art, so I really love to incorporate lines where I can. And certain Renaissance old master painters really were pretty line based too, so it's all subject to taste how you kind of go about painting these pieces and making these decisions. But it's all kind of the same process, underpainting, establish your sketch, buff it up with some paint, fill in the color. Yeah, it's kind of like you gotta be in the know to kind of know how to paint, but once you kind of see the steps, it's not that crazy. You just kind of have to know how to execute, and you kind of have to know how to put it together and make the decisions, and it comes from time and practice. So after I established the line art, I did some of the background. I wanted these wild flames to kind of be surrounding him, and this be like one of the hotter aspects of the pieces. So that's why I established it first, because I wanted the lines to be kind of loose and gestural. I put some highlights on the figure as well, just to kind of give it some volume and just already start establishing volume with the character. Now I put in some shadows. There isn't really any shadows in the background, and I just kind of have shadows in the figure, and that kind of gives it some extra volume. Then you just kind of fill in the color from there. The finishing touches, some splatters. That's always awesome, doing something like that, some loose, crazy thing at the end. And then my signature. A lot went on behind the scenes in this piece, and I was very happy with that. The final product, and that I actually got it done, because things were getting pretty crazy, and the meaning of this painting kind of took on a whole new level. Alright, and that's that. Rome burning. All the little details. The quill. I learned some interesting new techniques on this piece too, that I've already kind of been using. I've been trying to get back into painting more, and here's the whole thing. Thank you for tuning in. Rome's burning.